In this segment, we're going to add a new customer and check them in. From the main POS screen, we're going to go to Customer Add Edit. We're going to go to New. We're going to pick their member club. For this, we're just going to choose a medical member, and we're going to say OK. From here, we're going to go ahead and begin filling out the customer's information. So we'll just pick some random names here. For the most part, we just need a first, a last name, and a phone number here. And a date of birth. And you set their flour allowance here. Could be different from every state. So I'm going to say 28 grams. I'm going to set their THC allowance available. We'll say 100 milligrams per day. You can fill out your patient ID, etc., driver's license number, the doctor ID, we've got doctor name, the MMJ expiration date, their club code, and any other things that are required by your company. From here, we can go ahead and say save. Once it's saved, we can click OK. Forgot the patient ID here. Right here. And once we have filled out all of our customers' information and click OK, it brings the customer into the main POS screen here. And you can see the customer there. And from this point, we're going to go ahead and click Check-in. I'm going to say yes. And the customer now disappears out of the main POS and is ready to be picked up for adding items to the cart and payment, etc. So that covers adding a new customer and checking them in. In this segment, we're going to cover how to check in a returning customer. From the main POS screen, we're going to go to Customer Add Edit. We're going to find the name field. I'm going to type in part or all of the first or last name and then click Search. Once we've got our customer, we're going to go ahead and then click OK. The customer is then brought into the main POS screen, as you can see here. We're going to go ahead and select Check-in, and we're going to select Yes. And the customer has now disappeared out of the main POS screen and is now ready to be picked up by a bud tender. In this segment, we're going to retrieve a recently checked-in patient or customer and add a few items to their cart and send them off to fulfillment. From the main POS screen, we're going to select Retrieve Checked-in. We're going to highlight our customer's name and select Retrieve. This will then bring our customer into the main POS screen, right down here, and we are able to begin adding items. We're going to add a 1 gram lemon skunk. We'll also add a gram of wax, and maybe a non-canvas item as well. Now from here we've got the customer's items. I do want you to take note of this area right over here near the amount. Right to the right of the amount there is the column for lots, and it shows yes or no, and this is letting you know if the line requires a lot number or not. So obviously the first line is the customer name, so we don't need a lot there. The next two lines are canvas items, so they do require a lot number, and the fourth line is a non-canvas accessory, and that does not require a lot number. So from this screen we're not able to add the lot numbers, so we're going to send this customer and order off to fulfillment, and where we can add the lot numbers and then finish up the payment as well. So from here we're going to send to fulfillment, and it clears out the screen, and now you're ready to pick up from the fulfillment screen. In this segment we're going to pick up a customer that has been sent off to fulfillment and send them back to payment. From the main POS screen we are going to select retrieve orders. We're going to find our customer, I'm going to highlight, and we're going to select retrieve. And now once your fulfillment employee or whoever's going to fill this order brings in their order here, they can see what they need to go and grab. They can go ahead, go to the vault, wherever the product is located, and from here we do have two items where we do need to add the lot numbers, and this is where at this point in the sale where we will add the lot number. So we have these two items here, lemon skunk, 1 gram, and the lemon skunk wax as well. So we're gonna click and highlight the lemon skunk flower, and we're gonna select add lot. We're gonna highlight the lot and select OK. And in a second you can see that it's it no longer needs a lot number, and the only other item left here is the 1 gram. I think I may have done that in backwards, but this is the 1 gram. This says it does still need a lot number, so we're going to go ahead and add a lot number. I'm going to highlight, select OK, and now everything here that needed a lot number has a lot number added. At this point, you can't add any items to this order. You would have to send it back to the payment station to be able to add items here, and then send it back to fulfillment and then back to payment if that in this particular scenario. Now that this customer is ready to go, they can now send this back to the payment terminal where the bud tender may pick up the order and finish out the transaction and collect the funds. So from here we're going to go ahead and select send to pay, and we're going to confirm yes, and the order has disappeared from the main POS screen, and it should be ready now to be picked up by the payment POS. In this segment, we're going to pick up a customer that has been sent to payment from the fulfillment station. So previously we were in the fulfillment station, adding the lot number to the order and fulfilling the order, and then sending back to payment to finalize the sale. So from the main POS screen, we're going to select orders ready for payment. We're going to find our customer, select our customer, and click retrieve, and our orders in here. From here I always like to double check and make sure that my lot numbers are all set, which they are. And then from here we can go ahead and you could add items here, but you would have to send back to fulfillment to add the lot numbers. However, if this customer is finished, from here we can just go ahead and click total, and you can choose your pay. We're going to go ahead and just use cash, And you can say they gave you exact change. You can say they gave you $80, $100, whatever the case. We're going to go ahead and stick with exact change here. Just click OK, and it should clear out your. And there you go. And our order is finished here. I think I may have a receipt that generated, and here we are. I can bring that up for you. And you can see the items that are on this receipt. Please forgive our receipt. It's not as nice and pretty as the ones we have for the customers. But nonetheless, you can see the items that are on here. Obviously, there's a little bit more to it on a live company's receipt, just because we've got customer information, patient information, usable or allotments, etc. So, but this is just a digital station. Normally, this would print out on your receipt printer, and give your customer the change in their receipt and their items, and they'd be on their way. And that would finalize your transaction for this customer.